Hello, students. So this is a guide for the early Christianity assignment that's being assigned today, Tuesday 10:6, or if you're in first period, it's Wednesday 10:7. A reminder that this week we have a quiz in your next class meeting, depending on which class you're in, and that will be focusing on our identifying central ideas by citing evidence skill. So that's one thing that we'll be practicing in this assignment. Make sure when you open it in Teams. A lot of students have been having some difficulty with their assignment saving. Once you get to this screen, you're going to hit Edit Document. Boom, boom. All right, so we went over the beginning. Make sure you read through this. It's due Wednesday. It's worth 35 points. Read these directions. Do the opener question to kind of make sure that you're kind of brainstorming, kind of thinking how no ideas change the way people live, because this is focused on how Christianity begins, and therefore it is some new ideas that will change the way people live. So we did all this. The map is a visual here to show you the era we're talking about and reminding you that we have jumped back in time a little bit, and we're now talking about Rome before the fall. Key vocabulary is also very important. I'm going through this because I'm on limited time with this recording, but keep in mind that you need to read through all this stuff because some of these keywords will be very important. So our first part is Judaism and Rome. Scroll down. It's always good to look at your questions first. So how did Jewish people react to Roman rule? You need to cite evidence, meaning quote a sentence from the text above. Do not write in your own words. Please do not write in your own words. You will lose points for that because it is asking you to cite evidence. Okay. So how did Jewish people react to Roman rule? So what was the effect, or the first thing you would want to know is how the Romans ruled them. And in the very first paragraph, you'll eventually get to a part where it says Romans ruled the Jews with an iron hand. Now, if you look back up in our key vocabulary / this idiom we have here, it's to rule in a very strict and often cruel way. So we know that they ruled them cruelly. How do the Jews respond to that? You guys will read about it in these few paragraphs. Remember, you're looking for the response, the reaction. 2, what happened to Jewish people after they were forced to leave Jerusalem? So this is the key. You need to find the sentence that mentions this, and then you need to see what happens after. So after they're forced out of Jerusalem, what comes next? For this one, you are also citing evidence. Okay? Next, you're going to be reading about Jesus of Nazareth, the beginner, the leader of the Christian movement when it first starts. This is citing evidence as well. What sentence in the text above gives you the most information about Christianity? So you're looking for the one that gives you the most information. Looking for a sentence that tells you some good basic information about Christianity. What was it about? How did it start? What was some core beliefs? There's only 3 sentences. Make sure you guys are being careful with this and looking for the one that gives you the most information. Next, you're reading about his message, Jesus' message, looking for some key Christian teachings. We're trying to learn about what these people believe. So look for some key stuff, and you're going to cite evidence just as in the other ones. Same thing here. What were some events that happened in this section that would be important to Christians? So kind of look through here. Look through some of the Christian stories that are shown here, and try to find some key events, right? Some events that would matter to Christians. So important things that might happen, important events. So things that happen. Betrayal of Jesus, same thing. You're finding some events that happen that would be important to Christians to understand some core beliefs. Especially the story of the betrayal of Jesus and their belief in the resurrection of Jesus is very important to Christians. Make sure you're reading this to understand that story. Then you're going to do your exit ticket. You were supposed to do the before part before we read the assignment. We went over that in class. Now you'll go back and you'll assess yourself on a scale of 3 to 1 and tell me how well you can explain how Christians began to spread. If you feel like you really understand how to do that, you would give yourself a 3. And then the other one is I can cite evidence from a text using proper format. Hopefully you guys got that one down, but let's say you're not too sure, you might give yourself a 2. I mostly understand my criteria for success. But keep in mind, this is a self-assessment for you, okay? So the rest is asynchronous work for the afternoon, meaning the rest of the day. You're going to read one more section. Who are the apostles? How did Christianity begin to spread? How did Peter help Christianity spread? How did Paul help Christianity spread? So these are, again, citing evidence. And at the very bottom, it's your typical finding the central idea. You're only focusing on that last section. Who were the apostles? Please follow the directions very carefully.